Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. All right, we have a real big problem here. All right, the Nissan Altima 2008. All right, every time I turn on the headlight, the rear lights with the tag light keep blowing. Every time, every single time. So when I go inside and track down that problem, the problem is much more bigger than I expected. As you can see here, I started to fix that wire, but every time I put a new fuse in, it blows and the wire burnt. So if we go all the way deep down in there, there's the problem. Really deep down in that harness to where I have to take out the dash. But I'm not going to do that. So this light that turns on with the tag light that turns on is the one that keeps blowing. So all right, let's look to see which one is that light. Let's look to see. All right, when I went ahead and hooked the test light in, this red and blue wire is the one that's turning on the light with the tag light. That red and blue wire. So if we come in here and we trace that red and blue wire, we'll notice it's right here. So now this is the one that keeps blowing every single time I put in a new fuse. Every time I put in a new fuse, it blows. But fixing the problem, I'll have to get down really deep into the wire harness. But it's only just one fuse that keeps blowing. So what I went ahead and did, I cut the power to that. Now what I went ahead and did, I'm going to add power to it to see. I'm going to add power to it to see if that's really the one that's turning on the light. So all right, I add direct power from the battery just to do a simple test, just to see. All right, come on to the back. Let me turn on the headlights. All right, I turn on the headlights. All right, there you go. That light turns on with the tag light. So now we figured out that problem. We figured it out. That wire turns on both tag light and the rear light. Turn it off, unhook that. Now, I can't get deep and down to that dash to fix this problem, because other than that, the car runs fine, no issue, no problem, nothing like that. It's just that wire. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and add a switch. I'm gonna add this switch. Plug it up to the dash, add a fuse in there, direct source from somewhere in the car, ignition that's giving me power. When I want to turn on my headlights regularly, I turn on my headlights regularly, and when I want to turn on those, boom, I turn on those. Because you know, I could find the wires to my headlight and turn that on, but when the headlight turns on, everything turns on. You know, some days when it's raining and not yet the time to turn on your headlights, you just turn on the rear lights with all that other stuff. Boom, I turn that on, off. So instead of going into there and paying a couple $100s to fix that issue, I found the source, and I'm gonna go ahead and fix it, and I won't have to worry about this fuse anymore. I'll simply unplug that fuse, find somewhere in the car that's giving me power from the ignition, or that's giving me power once I start it, or I could hook a direct source up to the battery, hook it up to a fuse, and boom, there you go. Problem solved. All right, YouTube, here we go. Here's the finished product. They got 2 empty holes right there. I put an on and off switch. The job was much more harder and difficult than I thought. I could not get in here and find where the short is. If I had to, that involves me taking off the dash, taking out the wire harness, doing all of that. The only problem that I have was the rear lights. The rear lights with the tag was always blowing. Every time I put a new fuse, it blew. I found out the wire, I traced it down, and I just plugged it into a 12-volt source, and boom, on and off, here you go, you know? Yes, I could have took everything apart and do it the right way, but time, money, and quite frankly, I'm not an electrician. I'm just a, you know, handyman, mechanic, you know, whatever you want to call it. So, all right, let me show you. All right, as you can see right there, it's off. I toggled it on. Tag light on. Boom, right there. Boom, right there. Come right here. Turn that bad boy off. It's off. That is off. All right. Thank you for everything. Thank you for watching. All right.